All right, so what's up, YouTube? It's your boy bGrynch, and we are exactly 1 minute from airtime on Facebook. I just want to let you guys know that if you're watching this video, all of my radio shows are going to be on YouTube. And then once a week, you'll see this show. So catch out my radio shows when you get the opportunity. All right, we're about to go live now in 40 seconds. So yeah, I just had to take a puff of my legal pen because I have my card. Hi, somebody that's out there. We haven't gone live yet on Facebook. We still have another 10 seconds. 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check this out. All right, watch this. Came up with a recording video thing. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy bGrynch. That record video thing came back up again. I'm already tuned in with YouTube. We've been having a conversation for the last minute and a half. Just want to say welcome to Anarchy Incorporated Media's live stream production of Underground Live with your boy here, bGrynch, saying what's up from Coral Springs. We got to get some shit into it tonight. We got some shit to talk about, all right, on YouTube and here on Facebook. First thing I'd like to get out of the way while everybody's on here, all right, is that my radio show in the mornings can always, or in the afternoons, whenever they are, you can always watch them on YouTube at bGrynch UnderGround. So all the radio shows that I do on Facebook, that I do on YouTube, they're all on YouTube forever, but they only stay on Facebook for like 3 hours after I do them. So if you want to catch the latest radio podcast, whatever the fuck you want, I like to call it radio because I was on the radio and it's kind of like radio. So let's call it radio. Shall we call it radio? Let's call it radio. I like radio. Sounds better. Anyway, you can catch the radio show on YouTube, all the reruns. And if you want to hear my voice, what's up, Bill Seabrook? I went to elementary school with Bill. I'll never forget one time there was a little root coming out of the ground. And me and Billy were actually jumping our bikes over it. And, you know, we went inside his house and his mom was standing there. And Billy was like to his mom, "Oh, this jump is cool." And I said, "Yeah, it's a real pissa." Now, pissa was a word that we said around my house freely, but apparently it's not a good word to say in front of your friend's mom, who's not used to that word. And boy, does she look at me like, "What the fuck you just say?" But yeah, Billy, I'll never forget that. All right. Hi, everybody else that's watching. I'm about to tune out here. So anyway, we got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. So what's up, Jesse, Julia, Jennifer, everybody out there? Let's talk, shall we? I love the new format of the show. It's been getting good numbers, man. The last 4 shows that haven't been on YouTube, on Facebook, have been getting 500 to 600 views. Go us, go you guys, because you guys are the ones fucking watching it. And we are family. Like I always say, it's not my show, it's our show. So in our show, we're going to start getting, "Tyrone, you just shut your ass up. I ain't fucking with you this time. Not this show." Sorry about that. Yeah, we're just going to get into the show right now. And I would like to start off with booty calls. All right. Let's talk about booty calls for a second. Because I was thinking about this. Someone had made a reference on Facebook about a booty call, all right, and saying that booty calls were like just for dudes or something like that. And I want to tell you that that's not true. I actually have a story about an attempted booty call called on me. I have 2 stories, actually. The first story is that when I was in the academy, I had this girl that was totally in love with me, okay? I mean, I can understand why. So could you. This is fucking 25 years ago, by the way, and I was 25 years younger and looked 25 years better. It's hard to believe, isn't it, that I look better than this? Anyway, this girl really fucking had the hots for me. So she was a Jehovah's Witness. So she was like, oh, when she blessed, you know, when you sneeze, she was like, oh, Jehovah, Jehovah this, Jehovah that. And I was all like, that's cool. But this bitch wanted to come over to my house claiming that she wanted to wash my carpet. Now, wash my carpet in her fucking language was she wanted to get her brains fucked out. Okay. So I wasn't really down with it. But the fact of the matter is that I really needed my carpets washed because they were fucking disgusting. So I let this bitch come over to my house. I swear to God, it was after the academy. So we're talking about like 2:00 in the morning. And this bitch cleaned my apartment, cleaned my carpet for like fucking till 4:30 in the morning, expecting to get laid. And then when she was done, I was tired, man. I'd watched her fucking labor for like fucking 2.5 hours cleaning my carpet. I was like, all right, well, you better get home, man, and study. We got school tomorrow. Kind of left that bitch out in the air there. But another funny booty call was I used to get this booty call from this girl. I'm not going to mention any names because I think she watches this show. All right. She used to come over here when we were in our 20s, right after I got divorced from my first wife, right? And we would fuck all the time, right? She lived right across the street. It was real quick. Talked like a fucking maniac. Annoyed the shit out of me, all right? But that's why I would just shove my cock right in her mouth to shut this bitch up because I'll tell you what, this bitch fucking talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. Anyway, we were booty called for a long, long time. Then I hear her on this show on Zeta, which we used to have down here in South Florida. Zeta, it was the Paul and Ron show, and they had a Love Connection show. And I'm listening to it, and goddamn, if she isn't on the show. Yeah, she was. A limo came to her house, picked her up, brought her to the radio station, and she was on the Love Connection show. I'm listening to this, and she mentioned on the radio show that she hadn't had sex for 6 months, and I had just banged that chick 2 nights prior to her being on that show. So, of course, I call in, and the producers are like, Paul and Ron show. And I'm like, look, man, that girl that you have on right now, I said, I just banged that chick 2 nights ago. This is her name, blah, 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 blah. And, man, they put me right through ahead of everybody else. And I blasted this bitch on the fucking radio on air. Oops. Sorry, but she shouldn't be lying about her sexuality and how long ago she had sex because that's just not right to lie to people. That's my justification. That's all I'm saying. All right? I want to also let you guys know that my radio show is on YouTube now. I keep it on Facebook for like 3 hours. But if you want to go check it out, if you miss it, after that 3 hours, you can go to bGrynch Underground on YouTube and check it out. Roscoe, thank you very much. Roscoe just handed me the list of radio stations that we're going to be on. And we will be on not only Facebook and YouTube only Facebook for the first 3 hours after the broadcast, but we will be on YouTube, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, CatPost, and Deezer Radio. So we're really getting the fuck out there, man. And it's because of you guys. Fucking A, man. It's all good. All right, so check this out, man. All right. Late comedian Richard Pryor had put a hit out on Paul Money. Now, for those of you that don't know who Paul Money is, Paul Money was like Pryor's bodyguard. All right. He also wrote a lot of Pryor's material. You remember Richard Pryor who got his face blown up from freebasing fucking crack or some shit like that? Freebasing, yeah, crack. I don't even know how you do that or what that is, but it blew up in his fucking face somehow and scarred him for life. So anyway, dude, after spending all this time with Pryor, dude, all of a sudden there's this accusation that Money allegedly raped Richard Pryor's daughter. This fucked up their relationship, as you could probably imagine. Of course it did. So fucking Richard Pryor put $1 million hit on Money's head. Okay? And of course the hit was never complete because, I don't even actually know if Money is still alive or not. I didn't look that into it because I don't really look too far into these shows. I just get to the point. But what happened was this writer, Racing Khan, dropped a bombshell on Twitter this week with the video of Richard Pryor putting this hit out on Paul Money. So that's fucking crazy, right? I mean, first of all, why would you videotape yourself threatening someone's life? That's just some stupid shit. Maybe that was after he fucking freebased that shit and it blew up in his face. It did something to his fucking brain. Because obviously that's just not logical thinking, if you ask me. That's stupid thinking. You don't videotape shit like that. Like this shit I saw. All right. Anyway, I always like to talk about mental illness and mental disability because, I'm fucked up, yo. All right. So the reason red flag laws are so dangerous is because corrupt bureaucrats get to decide when mental state is considered dangerous or normal. Okay. Now, this is what's fucked up. I totally thought that this article was going to be about something else. I totally thought that government was going to deem you insane or deem you normal, but it's a little bit different than what I thought. All right. It's actually about family members and police that petitioned the court, okay, to have firearms taken away from people and individuals that are considered dangerous by their family and their police. All right. That's the whole gist of it. So, with that being said, that's a pretty cool story. It's not exactly what I thought it was, but dangerous people should not have guns. Therefore, if they do, they should be taken away. You agree? I agree. Yeah, there's a story going around the internet about this guy who got his penis stuck in a zipper, and he actually called 911. But rather than tell you that story, because I don't really talk about cock that much anymore, I'm trying to calm down on the nigga and cock talk because I'm finding out that it's just not cool. People don't get it. So I'm just going to say dude and fucking, whatever. This guy got his cock stuck in his fucking zipper. It made the fucking news on the Associated Press. I saw it on Twitter. I mean, not on Twitter. On my news, my resources, man. This is off of like NBC. This guy calls 911. Rather than even read that article, I'd rather just tell you a story of mine. Now, I did not get my penis stuck in my zipper, but on my 21st birthday, I was playing with my 1-year-old son, 1.5-year-old son, while my bitch ex-wife was at work. And me and my son, I was 21. This is June 12th, 1994. June 12th, 1994. All right. I fucking was 21 years old. My son was 1.5 years. I was playing with him on the bed, and the fucking portable phone rings. Because back then, we had portable phones. You know what I mean? So I go to fucking jump into the other room, and I go to grab the phone, and I stub my pinky toe into the couch. Now, I stubbed it, and I answer the phone, and it's my ex-wife, and she's like, hello. And then I look down at my toe, because I didn't realize, but I shattered the entire toe, and it was facing in the opposite direction. All right? That shit, my toes were facing fucking due south, and my pinky toe was facing due north. Now, when I saw this, I came to a scream, a fucking holler. All right? I was like, holy shit. And I'm like, yo, Adele, you need to come home from work. My toe is fucking backwards. They're going to have to lop this motherfucker off. Blah, 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 blah. You need to come home. And you know what this bitch says? She says, call your father. Man, do I pick him. I've had some luck with some bitches. So, man, I don't know where the fuck my dad's at. And my son starts freaking out at 1.5 because he knows I'm freaking out. So we're both fucking freaking out. So I call 911. So they answer the phone, 911, is this an emergency? And I'm like, well, you tell me. I just stubbed my pinky toe, and it's facing in the fucking wrong direction. So this lady kind of starts laughing a little bit and says, we're going to send fire rescue out. So, of course, 3 police cars, 2 fucking fire trucks, and fucking 2 ambulances later, there's a fucking commotion going on over at my house over my fucking broken toe. And my dad happens to just be crossing over Royal Palm past my house and sees this commotion. So he stops in and fucking sees all these cops and firemen and fucking paramedics in with my fucking foot up. All right. And they're looking at the fucking toe. And they're like, look, we can bring you to the hospital in a fucking ambulance, or your dad and I could take you. They save you $300. I'm like, yeah, my dad will take me. All this commotion over a fucking broken toe now, okay? I'm looking at this fucking toe thinking, dude, there's no way they're going to be able to correct this fucking toe. Absolutely no way in hell. This toe's going to have to get lopped off because I'm never going to be able to put it in a sneaker again. Right? And as the last paramedic EMS guy is leaving, he says, dude, I know it's your birthday and all. He goes, I just want to let you know I've seen a lot of gruesome shit, but that right there, that looks like that shit hurts. And I'm like, bro, you got no fucking clue. Well, cutting the story short, I had to get my toe broken 5 more times that day until they fucking actually strained it out. And if you can see now, it's perfectly straight. Yeah, my toes are rashed. What can I say? I was wearing black socks before I got ready for this show. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my 911 story. So, yes, I actually did call 911 because I stubbed my toe. and they came to help me. The whole fucking Coral Springs Fire Department, Police Department, and Fire Rescue Department. They all showed up in my house for a broken toe. Thank God. I could have fucking had somebody robbing the other side of the city, and there'd been nobody to fucking respond because everybody would have been, hence my toe, helping my broken toe. That's some funny shit. Florida woman was accused of spanking her child but refused to pick up a roach. So she's charged with child abuse. All right, now this is a bit of a downer, all right, the story, but I will tell you that this child was left with bruises on her ass, on her arms, and on her thighs. And this bitch, 29-year-old Anna Nobles, I just want to put her name out there because this 29-year-old piece of shit beat her 7-year-old daughter for not picking up a roach. And I think that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And it reminds me of a story because down here in Florida, we got a lot of fucking cockroaches. So when I'm about fucking 17, 18 years old, I was actually dating my daughter's fucking mom. We were just dating at the time. And we used to hang out at this lady, Mary. She was much older than we were. We were like 17. She was like 40. It was just a place for us to get, smoke pot and get high. And the house was infested with roaches. So one night we're tripping acid over there. And the kids know that we're acting funny because we're all fucked up on fucking LSD. And the kids started fucking throwing roaches at us. Now I'm going to tell you what. If there's one thing that I fucking hate, it's a fucking cockroach. All right? When I was a cop, I had a cockroach actually fucking fall down the back of my shirt, climb into my uniform, and come out of my pants leg. It was a fucking scary. I should have told you that story. But anyway, the police were called from us yelling so much at these little motherfuckers for throwing the cockroaches at us. And tripping, we had to explain to this fucking deputy why we were freaking out so much because I'm deathly afraid of fucking roaches. And the kids were throwing them at us. Well, later that night, we're standing outside tripping our balls off. And we see this dude walking down the street. And all of a sudden, you see one BSO guy in the front of the block, one BSO guy in the back, then there's two. Then you see this motherfucker jump into the hedges and start changing his clothes. So we're all tripping balls, right? So they start looking at us. So like, we're not the fucking person you're looking for. The person you're looking for is right fucking here, dude. Fucking leave me alone. Anyway, ended up catching the dude. What can I say? But this lady was a piece of shit. And I don't know, man. She deserves everything that bitch gets. So it's actually funny because my quote of the week, the girl that I got it from was just watching. And I hope that she still is. So I want to give a shout out to my friend. I'm not going to even mention her name because she might not want me to do that. But this is her quote of the week. If she's watching, I saw her picture show up before. I got one black relationship left in me before I go white and get my credit right. Now that's some funny shit. You want to know why that's some funny shit? Because she's down with black dudes. All right. And that's cool. And she's gorgeous, man. This girl is fucking hot. She's fine. And she's white, which is cool, man. Because I have absolutely nothing against it. You know what I mean? A lot of my boys be of color, of brown. You know what I'm saying? I did work in the fucking hood. I know what it's like to be the only white guy for miles. Fact of the matter is I'd be telling this girl all the time, this white boy is fucking hot for you. White boy this, white boy that. I just think it's funny. Now I think she's starting to ignore me, but she actually did. I told her that I use her quotes, and she actually did tune into the show tonight. So I think that's pretty awesome. I don't know if she's still watching or not, but if you are, that's fucking awesome. Let me see. I don't look at the fucking comments. Sorry for the flickering of the fucking camera. But God, we're only got 2 more minutes left, and I'm going to tell you the Urban Dictionary word of the week, which is shadow ban. All right. Now, what a shadow ban is like a loser or a troller on the computer who's all over the fucking internet, all over social media, posting shit, posting memes, posting funny quotes that he thinks, and never gets a like, never gets a view, and says and justifies it with this bullshit. he justifies why he gets no likes on social media with some kind of bullshit. I don't exactly know what they would justify it with, but that is a shadow ban. A shadow ban is a motherfucker who just don't get the likes that he liked to think that he would get and has excuses for it. Like, for instance, okay, if I were to say, let's say, for instance, Susie, you were a shadow ban and everything that you posted was fucking dumb and fucking you didn't get no likes on it, right? I'd say, Susie, you a goddamn shadow ban. And you'd be like, fuck you, bGrynch, because I do get likes. You just don't see them, motherfucker. And I'd be like, Susan, you a shadow box, shadow ban. Anyway, my nose is all congested. And I think it's just about time for me to hit the bricks. So that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in fucking next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And check out my shows in the morning, man. My radio shows in the morning. They're pretty dope. They're only 15 minutes long. Sometimes they only like 3 minutes long. It all depends on how I feel, how high I am, if I'm sober or not, which depends on how high I am. And I do a neat little fucking radio show. I keep it on Facebook for like 3 hours because I don't like to clutter my wall. I like to keep it with all my videos on there so y'all could come back and watch. But if you want to hear the show, the radio shows, after I'm like done with them, they're all on bGrynch UnderGround on YouTube. You can see all the past shows. So with that being said, I just want to say, love each other, keep it real, and most of all, peace. See you next Tuesday, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This didn't finish when I wanted it to. I'm still alive. I actually hold that position for a while because I thought, all right, goodbye, guys. Let me see if I can hit this button proper. Later, guys. Thanks. You want to know what? Before I go, I still got people watching. I saw a video of me last fucking year, all right, and my face was a whole lot fatter. All right. I used to be 250 pounds because of this medication I was taking. I was normally like 174 pounds. I lost all that weight. All right. Plus, I've kind of lost a little extra because of some shit that I'm going through. Everybody thinks that fucking there's something wrong with me. All right. I don't have a terminal disease, and I'm not on drugs. I'm just trying to get shit straight in my head. So don't worry about how fucking sunken in and skinny my face is, because I'm still gorgeous. You still love me. I'm out of here. I've said too much. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Oh man, I never fucking took this stream off. Duh.